What's up my peoples, it's Mohammed here from tekkerreviews, back again with another video. So I've been wanting to get hold of an action camera for some time now to take with me while I'm doing outdoor activities. When searching online, the first brand which came to mind was GoPro, which I'm sure a lot of us have already heard of. However, for a hefty price tag of £175, it was an instant no from me, and that was the older Hero 7 version which was released a couple of years ago. Fast forward a couple of minutes, I decided to look for alternative devices and came across the CT8500 by CrossTour, which seemed to do what the GoPro did, but at a much cheaper price. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing, testing and reviewing the CrossTour CT8500, and we'll see just how good this device really is. But before we do that, as always guys, if you enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, then please support your boy by hitting that like button below, and if you want to see more videos and stay up to date each time I release a new vid, then therefore consider subscribing and turning on that bell notification. Now without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Right guys, so first things first, let's check out the packaging. Now CrossTour have kept things super simple here. On front, you have the CrossTour logo, as well as an image and name of the device. You also have a list of product features. Towards the bottom, you have the CrossTour website, and finally, towards the back, you have company information. Now, once opened, the first thing you will see is a user manual and some documentation, followed by the 4K CT8500 action camera, which is located inside this waterproof case attachment. Speaking of attachments, CrossTour provide a ton of these, which I was seriously impressed by. The attachments and accessories include one micro USB cable, one microphone, which is super nice to see, a bunch of mounting attachments, 2 rechargeable batteries, which is awesome, one protective screen, some zip ties, one cloth, and finally a remote controller, which lets you take pictures and record by selecting the buttons shown on screen. In regards to the product breakdown, the device is made from plastic, which feels pretty strong and sturdy, and is super light, weighing roughly around 100 grams. On front, you have the 20 megapixel camera, which can record in 4K, 2.7K, 1080p and 720, which we'll be testing later on, as well as the power button, which also works as a mode selector. On the side, you have a micro USB input to charge the camera, followed by a micro SD card slot to store your footage, one micro HDMI input, and a 2.5mm audio jack. On the side, you have up and down buttons, followed by a Wi-Fi button. Towards the bottom, once the cover is removed, you have the battery slot. On top, you have the shutter button, and finally, towards the back, you have the LCD display. The setup process is very straightforward. Start by removing the battery cover from the bottom of your camera, and then insert your battery. Select the power button and wait for the LCD screen to turn on. Insert your micro SD card, and once done, you should be good to go from here. Now the user menu on the camera is actually pretty simple to navigate through. To access the menu, start by pressing the power button on front, which will then cycle through the different sub-menus, which include files, video, camera and settings. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to showcase a high-level overview of the settings available. Press the power button twice to access the video settings. Here you can adjust video resolution, which ranges from 720p all the way up to 4K. Now another feature here guys is that the camera can record 720p at 120 frames per second, 1080p at 60, 2.7K at 30, and finally 4K at 30, which isn't too bad at all. When scrolling down using the button on the side, you also have electronic image stabilization, followed by looping video, which can be toggled on or off. When selecting the power button again, we are then presented with the photo settings menu, which can adjust the photo resolution, which ranges from 8 megapixel all the way up to 20 meg, as well as time-lapse photo and burst photo. After selecting the power button again, we have general settings, which allow you to adjust the volume, beep, and exposure level. When selecting down, you can also adjust settings such as white balance, ISO, FX, and finally, you can also adjust the contrast level, saturation, and sharpness. Another awesome feature that comes with the CrossTour CT8500 is the integrated Wi-Fi connection app, which you can download from the Google Play or Apple App Store. The Live DV app allows you to control your camera directly from your mobile phone. To have this setup up and running, download the app, and once download completes, press the Wi-Fi button on your camera, and the app should then detect your device. Follow the instructions on screen, and you should be good to go from here. Regarding the technical details, as mentioned previously, the device has a 20 megapixel camera and can record in 4K, 2.7K, 1080p and 720, all at different frame rates. The device is waterproof of up to 40 meters when using the waterproof case and has Wi-Fi built inside to connect to your mobile phone. The EIS feature allows you to record stabilized footage and can support micro SD cards of up to 64 gig. Finally, the camera has a wide-angle lens of 170 degrees and comes with two 1000 mAh batteries included inside. Now for some testing. In this part of the video, I'm going to test the camera and video feature, and we'll see just how good the built-in microphone really is. I'll do a test with EIS turned on and off, just so you can see the difference when enabled. Hey guys, so this is using the built-in microphone inside the CrossTour 8500. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Before we summarize guys, if you enjoyed today's video or found it helpful in any way, then please show your boy some love by hitting that like button below. Your likes really do help support the channel and it lets the YouTube algorithm know I did a good job on this one. Now, let's get back to the video. Overall, taking everything into consideration, do I think this device is worth purchasing as an alternative to GoPro? Well, the answer is, it depends. If you're like me and starting off with your first action camera, then this device is perfect for you. For the price you pay, you get a really good entry-level action camera that can record in 4K and comes with a ton of features and attachments. I love that CrossTour have been super generous with all the goodies included inside in comparison to market leaders like GoPro. The option to record in 4K, 2.7K, 1080p and 720 is awesome, although it would have been great if we could record 4K at 60 frames per second and 1080p at 120. If you already have an action camera and are looking to upgrade, then you might want to give this one a miss and go for something a lot more powerful. The 20 megapixel camera is definitely appreciated. However, if you are looking for bright and vibrant colors, then you may need to do a little bit of touch up after post recording. However, as a whole and for the price you pay, you really do get your money's worth here guys. In regards to pricing, you can pick up the CrossTour CT8500 from the CrossTour website for around £60, which is an absolute steal. And you can find the links to purchase in the description below. But that's all from me guys. What are your thoughts on the CrossTour action camera? And would you purchase this instead of the GoPro? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Mohammed from Tekkerreviews and I'll see you all in the next video.